Good stuff. Lori Morgan, watch me on Better Country 101.7 The Bull. Thanks for joining us on a Thursday morning. We are off and rolling and into the 9 o'clock hour here today. A beautiful Thursday upon us. And, like I said, things are certainly moving really quickly here, which is great news because it gets us closer to the weekend and it gets us closer to one of the great events that takes place. And it's all thanks to the folks at the United Way. And here to talk a little bit about that event is our friend Megan Brinks joining us here from the United Way. Megan, good to see you again. How are you doing?
Good to see you too, Wyatt.
Of course. Always good to have you in here and chatting a little bit about, again, this is something that you guys have had over the last couple of years that I think is just a really, really cool event and has really caught steam over the last couple of years. Let's talk a little bit about the Stamp Out Hunger Food Drive you got this weekend.
Absolutely. So the Stamp Out Hunger Food Drive is run by USPS and the National Association of Letter Carriers, which is their union. And the United Way just comes along to help spread the word, bring volunteers, and really help them with any logistics that happen. And so this year, it's happening on Saturday, May 9th, so this coming weekend. All week long, you should have been getting a bright yellow grocery bag in your mailbox, and it's super easy to participate. You just take that bag, fill it with non-perishable goods, leave it at your mailbox Saturday morning, and your letter carrier will take care of the rest.
You don't have to do any sign up, nothing like that.
No.
They literally just drop everything off, and you just throw it right back in the mailbox, right?
Absolutely, yes. And so it's super fun. Once the letter carriers pick it all up, it gets delivered to the post office where we have local food pantries and their volunteers helping sort it, weigh it, and then it gets evenly distributed amongst all the food pantries that participate. So every year we invite all the food pantries in the area to participate. In Burlington specifically, we have 10.
Wow.
This year we have 5 that are going to participate with us.
Yeah.
So all of the proceeds will go to the Salvation Army, Community Action, St. Vincent de Paul, the West Burlington Christian Church, and then even the Burlington Library's little free food pantry as well.
Yeah.
So it's really great. All of your donations stay local. Nothing leaves the community. And it's just a really great way to set our food pantries up for success, especially as summer comes.
Yeah, certainly. And like I said, as we're talking with Megan Brinks from the United Way of Southeast Iowa, talking a little bit, though, about just how this thing has really accelerated since COVID was over. I mean,
it's been crazy.
Not the pandemic, getting everybody anymore. It's just people wanting to help other people out, and I think that's a really cool thing. Let's talk a little bit about how it's accelerated over the last few years.
It has been, every year we're shocked. We never know how much food to expect even to come through the door. And so the first year we started, and it was the first year after COVID, trying to get the word out again, we did a very nice 3,000 pounds of food. The next year it tripled. We did 9,000 pounds of food, and then the next year it grew even more. Last year we brought in over 12,000 pounds of food. So this year our goal is, let's try and make it over 15,000 pounds. We'll see. It's always great when it's a nice weather day, so hoping and praying for good weather.
Yeah.
Like I said, last year with the 12,000 pounds, each food pantry went home with anywhere between 3,000 and 4,000 pounds of food, which is
that's a lot of food.
Crazy. Yeah, it's insane. But in the best way possible.
Yeah.
And so this year with our 5 food pantries, if we hit that 15,000 pounds of food, that still will give them that same kind of take home.
And like you said, it stays here. I think that's another cool thing. It stays here in the area. You don't have to worry about it going off and helping some other folks that you didn't intend on helping. It stays right here in this area.
Right here in the community. And it's super fun. The letter carriers, they get really excited every year. We take some really great pictures of them returning to the post office with their back of their truck open and all the food bags piled up, and they just, they're the heavy lifters of the big day, and so they just have so much pride in what they do too, and it's a great way for them to be involved and to show where their neighborhoods are that they're walking in every day,
right,
able to give back.
Yeah,
and so
certainly so. As we're talking with Megan Brinks from the United Way, joining us here on 101.7 The Bull. If folks got any questions about the event, or maybe they're not going to be around but still want to participate, how do they go about doing that?
Absolutely. So every year we do get calls, and so they are able to call the United Way, call the post office. If you think you're going to be out of town, you're actually able to come and drop off your donation at the post office early, or start putting it out even now. So we do have some letter carriers that the few days leading up to the food drive will already be collecting food if folks aren't going to be home on Saturday. But yeah, and then one quick thing too, just touching on like what type of things you can put in your donation.
Yeah.
So obviously when we're talking about non-perishables, we're talking about canned goods, boxes of pasta, cans of tuna or chicken. But we're also looking for things like boxes of cereal. This year, we're actually counting to see how many boxes of cereal get donated.
Okay.
And then hopefully we'll make a fun little domino chain through the post office and topple them all over. Last year, we counted boxes of mac and cheese. We got nearly 500 boxes.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so it's just a really, those non-perishable things, non-expired food as well. Check your expiration dates for us if you can. But then also things like even hygiene products or cleaning supplies can be donated too. Food pantries give out more than just food, and so we're looking for any and all donations that they kind of would be able to give out to the community.
That stuff gets overlooked, I think, when you talk about non-perishable items. Those cleaning supplies can certainly go a long way there as well. Megan Brinks joining us here from the United Way. Anything else you want to add before we let you go?
It's always just an incredible day to see how our community can give back and all of the generosity and passion that we have in the community. I think this is one of the best days in my year, just because we really get to see firsthand how caring the community of Southeast Iowa really is.
And it's really accelerated. Like we said, we started with 3,000 the first year, and it's multiplied times 4 in the year last year. So that's pretty incredible stuff in a short amount of time, helping out a lot of people there in need. And we can help out a lot of people coming up this Saturday. She's Megan Brinks joining us here on 101.7 The Bull. Megan, good to see you once again, and we'll talk to you again down the road.
Absolutely.
You guys doing great work there with the United Way, so keep it up, keep up the great work, and we appreciate you coming in.
Thank you so much.
Chatting with us here this morning. Megan Brinks joining us here on 101.7 The Bull. Coming up, we'll get to some little Big Town. Dirk Bentley also on the way as we're rolling through our Thursday. How about a new one from Megan Maroney? This one's Beautiful Things. It is Better Country on 101.7 The Bull.